thegearnetwork.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
This is Joey Hamilton, and you're listening to the All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas.
What's up, rock soldiers? This is the Rockstar Robbie Vegas with another brand new episode of the All Bets Are Off podcast. And today I am not alone. In the house, we have two special guests. But wait, I didn't crack mine. Rockstar Robbie Vegas. All right, who's going next?
Oh, hell yeah, it's Chaz fucking Stanley.
Oh, what's up, guys? It's Adam here again.
All right, so we promised you guys an episode a long time ago, and then I got swamped with interviews, so we kind of put it on the back burner, but we're doing it now.
Because he's Mr. Popular.
It's fine. He's big time now.
Is that my new name? Mr. Popular?
Mr. Popular. Not Mr. Big.
Not Mr. Big, because I don't lean into it.
Yeah, Mr. Big Time.
Get over it.
Oh, man. I'm the wrestler, musician, songwriter, podcast host guy. Big time.
Guys, who wants to tell them what we're doing?
Go ahead, Jess.
We are doing the animated television draft. So we did the ultimate TGIF lineup, like 3 months ago.
Was it that long?
Picking our favorite
was a while ago.
lineup of live action television shows. So now we're doing the animated side because we've never grown up.
We have definitely never grown up. So
Also true.
we need to decide who's going to go first and how this thing's going to go. And I thought
You didn't plan for this
Yeah,
ahead of time?
he didn't plan for this.
I thought I had playing cards with me, but I guess I don't. But I can go grab a deck real quick.
Grab a what?
None of your business.
What are you grabbing?
I think you heard that right.
Do you want to talk shit about him when he's gone?
Well, isn't that the point?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, look at his hair today. It's like almost like a mullet.
Did he do our intro?
We did our own intro.
We're doing our own intro now.
Oh, okay. Of course.
And here we
Comes
go.
back with the Kiss playing cards.
That's right.
All right, Kiss cards in hand.
Let me guess what the ace is.
Paul.
Is it Tommy? Oh, that would piss people off so much.
There was 4 members of Kiss, so I'm assuming each
yeah,
ace
it's
was
Tommy.
a different member.
The ace is Tommy. That is offensive.
Each ace is a different member of Kiss, I'm assuming.
Now, just to make sure that I'm not cheating here, I'm going to give one of you the cards to shuffle around, and then we'll pick from there.
Good, because I would love the first pick, because there's a number one for me.
I have a number 1 as well.
It's very easy.
I think we all have a number 1. Although I have...
Yeah, Robbie's is probably something lame like Mighty Mouse.
I kind of have 3 I kind of have 3 number 1s that
Well, then you're good.
I'd be okay taking
Then you're good.
in any of the rounds.
Right.
Or in any of the first pick in the first round.
Chaz, we're going to let you pick the first card.
Okay. I always get accused of cheating.
I hope Joey Casada's listening to this.
Joey, this one's for you. What is
3?
that? Last 3.
He goes 3.
3.
All right.
Second.
I'm
which
first.
means our host is first in the draft.
We're not prepared. I need a pen. Got it.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. So the Kiss
I always
playing
have
cards
to do all
tell
the work.
Listen,
You guys are just the talent, and you just get to sit here and talk. His
right.
pen doesn't work.
for real?
That's not. Oh, I got it.
I don't want to hear it. I do all the editing.
I'm just here to sound.
I'm just here
Good.
so I don't get fined.
I was wondering which
Yeah.
one of you was going to say that first.
So we're doing 4 rounds.
Yes, we are.
Right?
Yeah, same as last time, right?
1, 2,
4 rounds.
3, 4. 4 rounds.
Any animated TV show
Ever.
ever aired.
Now, here's a grievance
No
we
movies.
should avoid. Yes, no movies. A
Agreed.
grievance we should avoid.
30-minute TV show that you sat down and watched as a kid.
I don't know my
Or an
minutes,
adult,
but
'cause I still watch cartoons.
I'm
I
sure
don't care.
they're all under the 30-minute mark. But like, what about something like The Muppets or something like Dinosaurs?
Those weren't
I
animated.
don't think they're animated.
They're not animated,
right? I
no.
don't think they
The
count.
Muppets
No.
were not
The
animated.
dinosaurs weren't.
No, we actually kind of mentioned dinosaurs when we did our TJF talk
We did.
anyways. Nobody picked it, but it was an honorable mention for
So
us.
I think it's got to be animated. It's not,
Agreed.
what is that, puppetry, if you will.
Yeah, no Jim Henson shit.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
He's off limits.
Guys, when I was making my list, I wrote down 18 animated shows.
I don't have an actual list, but I have a lot of shows here, and I'm like, yeah, these could all be in this draft. So I'm excited for this one.
Not to be that guy, Robbie, but I got 19.
Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch.
I have three separate tabs open for all my stuff. So there's probably about 70 on mine. So
All right. Adam's just a little quieter than you, so I'm just going to just slightly, ever so slightly tilt that.
Trying not to yell and overpower the podcast, you know what I mean?
Understood.
I don't want people to be like, yo, Robbie, who's that other guy?
Is this
that we
better?
should just have?
Chaz is laying on Adam right now. And all right.
Our beards are touching it. It's kind of weird.
Normal.
So we got the rules out, right? No movies, no
movies,
puppetry.
No puppetry.
It's a good word.
And I think that's it.
I think that's really all we need, really.
And just so everybody knows, since we're talking about puppets, how heavy metal Jim Henson is, because he's clearly the master of puppets.
For sure. Nice shirt, by the way.
True. What about animated series on a streaming platform such as Netflix, Hulu?
Sure.
Yeah,
Those
I
all
think-
count,
yeah,
right? I
that's
think.
Yeah, I think that counts.
Because we didn't
Perfect.
do it as 90s cartoons. We didn't say things from when we were children.
No.
Right? This is just the ultimate
Animated.
animated.
Yes.
So
I guess
I believe we start with our super famous host.
Yeah,
famous. Wow.
the big time rock star Robbie
Big
Vegas.
time.
Hello, dear listener. We're interrupting your regular podcast with an invitation.
Yep, you're invited to join us at the Tipsy Exchange, where your hosts get tipsy and exchange ideas on a specific topic.
Pop culture, true crime, unexplained phenomena. Nothing's off limits on the Tipsy Exchange.
So grab a drink and visit thetipsyexchange.com to find the show on Apple, Spotify, or whatever is your favorite podcast app. I'm Burley.
I'm LA. Now back to the show.
So I'm going to kick this one off with one that will not surprise either of you. I'm not sure you guys might, maybe one of you might have picked this as well. But my first draft pick is going to be picked, because that made sense.
Slow down that water.
It's been a long day.
It's going to be Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? That is the ultimate animated show for me. Nice. And I mean the original. I don't want a pup named Scooby-Doo. I don't want the
Easy. What about Scrappy?
Scrappy-Doo is okay. Scooby and Scrappy is fine.
Well, Scrappy was in the original.
The originals, right. And
So
then he got his own
he got a little spin-off, and that was still good, but nothing beats the originals.
Yes, the original where you get like guest appearances by like Don Knotts. Like that was the best.
Come on, Scooby. I don't know.
That was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I mean, at least through the headphones. I don't know.
Well, yeah, Scooby was on my list, of course.
I mean,
That
how
was
could
on
it not be?
everybody's list. Absolutely.
It's a great show. It's, in my opinion, a gateway to horror. But but no, really, it's a great show. It's got a good message. You love all the characters.
We would have
and
gotten away with it, too, if it weren't for those pesky kids.
And it shows how ugly people are, because people are really the monsters.
the monsters,
True.
exactly.
Yeah.
And not to mention, too, we get two great movies later on down the road. Yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr., I'm still calling you out, bruh.
Boom.
All right.
get it.
Anyways.
What's the other two?
What?
What are the two great movies?
Scooby-Doo 1 and 2.
1 and 2.
What about Scooby-Doo versus WWE?
No, I'm talking about the actual
What about
movies.
Scooby-Doo meets Kiss?
Those are great movies, too.
Yes, they are.
But I was
Did they
talking
meet
about real
WWE?
people. Yes, they did. They
That's
did.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Real
So-
people. But we're not talking real people.
We're talking animated. But yes, I say Scooby-Doo, for me personally, is the ultimate show, so I'm glad I picked
That's
the
pretty
Ace.
good.
Because
That's definitely a pretty good pick.
I gotta say, it's pretty iconic, right?
Absolutely.
Is there, I mean, there probably are more, like, equally iconic cartoon characters, but Scooby's at the top of the list.
And that's just old. This is from what, 60s, 70s?
Yes.
So
Yeah, definitely.
This is-
That's right. That's our host.
That's Rob.
That's his
The guy
era.
the guy
50s,
yeah,
60s.
the guy that picked I Love Lucy.
I Love Lucy in the draft. Yeah.
I would have picked Bewitched, too.
Also a great show.
Well, if Robbie's got
Well-
Scooby, what do you got, Adam?
I'm happy that I got the second pick before you, because I think we know where I'm going with this one.
What's that?
Classic, 33 seasons, The
Yeah,
Simpsons.
good choice. Yeah.
Ooh.
The real clear number one.
Mhm.
And like I said, I had other number one picks that I could have taken here if that would have been taken, but The Simpsons is just the longest running animated, actually I think TV show in general, animated or live action
I think so, too.
running TV series still to this day. And they're going strong. Of course, we love to talk conspiracy theories. So the conspiracy theories of The Simpsons and how they predicted the future is always fascinating.
Yeah, well, when you have, probably 6,000 episodes with all these ideas.
You're bound to get something
one or
right
two is
every
gonna
once in a
stick.
while.
Let's
Yeah.
bring it in a little bit.
I really like when they do like the guest appearances too on The
Yes.
Simpsons, and you'll see like Bret Hart or Kid Rock or like whatever. Those are always fun. But I love The Simpsons. It was actually on my list, so you snaked it. But I like it is iconic. Like
It's hard not to pick The Simpsons. I mean, I have sitting in my living room right now the Simpsons arcade machine
that's true.
because, but to me, The Simpsons I've been out of for so long. Was it on my list? Sure, it's kind of deep on my list though. Just because, I would have taken it, but I knew it would be taken, and it deserves to be taken. But I probably haven't actively watched The Simpsons in 20 years.
I just started rewatching it from episode 1.
Yeah.
So I'm still in the first season, but
I've
there's
done the
like 30
same,
seasons.
Yeah,
so.
there's 33 seasons. I think there's only 28 on Disney Plus right now, if I remember correctly. But I'm also in season 1. I haven't watched it in a while, but it's one of those things
Yeah,
where you
I
should
loved
probably get up to date on your Simpsons.
I loved it when I was a kid. I had a Simpsons Sing the Blues CD.
There you go.
I remember that.
Yeah. I loved it when I was a kid. Everybody, every boy my age thought they were Bart.
For sure. I used to
He wears
love
shorts.
the Sega game where his homework blows out the window and you got to do
It
this.
Yes.
sucks.
Listen,
Horrible game.
we used to go to the arcade all the time when it was open.
Yeah.
Back in the day, the boardwalk, and we spent many tokens on the Simpsons game.
Well, it's in my living room. If anyone ever comes and visits me, we can play it.
If you'd invite us over, and
Change
start
your
being a
hours.
bitch.
This dude's like, come play Simpsons. I'll be home by 10 p.m.
Yeah.
Oh,
right.
it's 10 p.m. Guys in his mid 30s. I mean, we gotta dust the bones off.
I had a long day. Wait. Before we move on, favorite Simpsons characters?
Oh,
Probably
my
Bart.
I mean, Bart.
God. I mean, Bart is because
I love
iconic. but-
given one of the picks that I picked.
I love
in-
Willie, the groundskeeper.
Given one of the picks that I picked in the TV show episodes, I just like the interplay between Sideshow Bob and Cecil, Kelsey Grammer, and the guy that plays Niles, David Hyde Pierce.
Yes, yeah.
Both of them. So it's like they went off of Frasier on a completely different network, right? And just said, "Hey, you guys are brothers. Let's make him your brother on here." And they're just so funny.
So are you sticking with Bart?
Yeah, I love Bart. I mean,
Barney.
class. Yeah, Barney's great. I mean, who isn't really an iconic character?
That's true.
You can really name off so
comic
many.
book guy.
Yeah,
The comic
right.
book guy. I really think that Homer is the star, though. I really do.
Yeah.
For sure.
But
Homer's great.
That's who I use. That's who I use in the video game. So nobody ever fucking touch
I
it.
always use Bart.
It's fine.
Love
Then
swinging
that
the
means
skateboard.
Robbie gets Marge.
Or Marge.
Why can't I be Lisa?
She's got her vacuum.
Nobody wants.
Oh, yeah, Marge has the
Marge is
fact.
She's got the vacuum, and
Homer just punches.
Lisa has the saxophone. Bart's got his skateboard, and I think you're right. Homer just
Just has
uses
his fists. He just fists people.
Yeah.
Pick your show.
I'm ruining it. Well,
Chaz for 2 now.
Chaz
right?
for 2. Well, the
3.
first one, this was going to be my easily first pick anyway. And it's obviously going this way at some point, so I'm happy to get it. They're going to say Simpsons was first, but they didn't do it the best because that'd be Family Guy is my number one.
Yeah.
My number
Yep.
one easily pick. Now,
That was definitely on. If somebody would have taken The Simpsons, I would have taken Family Guy.
Yeah, it was on mine, too.
Yeah.
you want to talk about iconic. Now, you're almost up there with Family Guy. Not as much as The Simpsons, obviously, but you're at like 18, 19 seasons.
They're getting up there.
They've been around since 99. They were
Still
off
going-
for
still
a couple
going strong.
years. You want to talk about memorable characters? Come on, Quagmire,
Oh, my God. Joe.
Joe. What about Mr. Herbert down the street, y'all?
That's pretty good.
You want some popsicles?
That's kind of really. That's really good.
It's kind of creepy.
It's also
Well,
Chuck's sitting next to him.
So, Family Guy is another one of those shows that I've seen every episode of, and I love it. I laugh hysterically like I've never seen it before, even if it's a rerun.
Yep.
And I gotta say that Brian might be my favorite.
I love Brian. I love Stewie. I
Okay.
think
Stewie's great.
Stewie is one of my favorites,
There's-
and the banter between those two is.
Yes, you
Amazing.
can't have Stewie without Brian or vice versa.
And I love the way. And a little thing, I love the way that Stewie talks, but Brian's the only one that can hear him. Right.
Right.
Like Lois and Peter, they don't. He's talking, but they don't know what he's saying. They think-
Exactly.
you know what I mean?
It's baby.
I love that. I think it's hilarious.
I think there's two versions of Stewie. The first version of Stewie is "Blast! I'm going to kill everybody." Right? That's the first version of Stewie. And then, like 5-6 years in, they went to the ambiguously gay Stewie, which is
True.
the better Stewie.
I agree.
I think
It is
he
the better
so
Stewie. It is
hilarious at that
the
point.
better Stewie.
Sure, he has his evil moments, but just like he's the ambiguously gay Stewie is the best. And there's so many memorable like sketches from Family Guy, but like and they're really good like musically. Anytime they're in a band, like when Quagmire and Peter were In Harmony's Way or something. Have you ever put butter on a Pop-Tart? Like, and then Stewie was doing all his musical gags and everything. I don't know. I love it. I just think it's the greatest. And obviously it's like an adult thing,
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
but like,
Seth MacFarlane is great.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Comedy genius.
I think that's a great pick. I think we all got like super iconic picks right off the bat, to be honest with you.
And like I said, I would have taken Family Guy if The Simpsons
Same.
was taken, but
I would have taken Family Guy next.
yeah.
same.
So that's why I'm glad I got it. And sticking with the adult themes, of course, I got to go with the actual real first adult cartoon of South Park.
That was my next
Really?
pick as well.
Yeah.
Was it really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even
Back
have it
to
on my
back.
list. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I don't know. It slipped my mind.
Wow.
I did just watch the COVID.
The COVID one?
The COVID
so
I
special.
haven't watched it
ridiculous.
yet, but I mean, yeah.
Now, you want to talk, because so memorable characters, yes. I think easily, like in the beginning, South Park was a little meh. Like when we were kids, like 95, 96, whatever. But like 2002, they changed it. It went from just being about the kids to fucking Randy and Butters. And like Randy just might be my favorite cartoon character of all time. Randy gets into the craziest situation. Like, I mean, you've seen how COVID started, right?
Yeah.
Because he fucked the, what was it? It wasn't the bat. Whatever it was.
Yeah.
The pangolin or something.
Yeah.
Something like that. Oh, it's so ridiculous. One thing I love about South Park too is like in the age of red versus blue, left versus right, they just shit on everybody.
Oh, for sure.
And that was so great. I was so grateful for that because watching like that special, it was, or like they had the election special. They never called him Donald Trump. They never called it Hillary Clinton. It was the giant douche and the turd sandwich.
Yeah.
Right.
And they just went on it from there. And I just thought that was great. Don't pick sides. Just be funny. And that's what like comedy's supposed to be.
Agreed.
I agree.
I totally agree.
I remember being kids, we had to stay up late to watch South Park.
Yeah.
And like, I remember it was on Comedy Central. For us, it was Channel 55.
Same.
Right? Yep.
And it was like, you know,
Adelphia Cable.
right. You had to stay up late to watch it. And, you know, you never wanted your parents to see you watch it because you knew they were going
Right,
to say
'cause you knew
shit
they
that
were
was
saying something.
real inappropriate. Not just like inappropriate, but like off the wall shit. But that's a good pick. I can't believe that slipped my mind.
They own it, and it's just like it's such a cool show where it's like it's really not about the kids much anymore. Like Cartman and still the gags of Kyle being the Jew and all that stuff, but it's like Randy's show now, and it's better for it. And if you guys like want a good recommendation, if you want to enjoy yourself and laugh your balls or boobies off, play the two South Park video games from the past decade, The Stick of Truth and The Fractured Butthole. They are easy to play, and it's literally like you're living an episode.
Okay.
But it's an episode for 5 to 10 hours.
Right. Yeah.
And it's so
I heard they're pretty
good.
quick
are
to play through, and it's
awesome.
not a lot of time, and it's not tedious
And they're
or anything
fun.
like that.
They're
That's
just
pretty cool.
ridiculous. They're so fun. They're cool games. You can get them on any system. They even got them on the Switch.
Oh, really?
It's really worth it. Those games are fun. And the movies from South Park were great. And that's an argument because the Simpsons movie was just fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the South Park movies were great.
Mm-hmm.
Team America, World Police was great from the same people. So
Yes.
Not animated though.
Not
That was the puppetry.
that was puppetry.
but still hilarious. in
Hilarious.
its own right.
Fantastic.
Oh, it was
So-
fantastic.
America. Fuck yeah.
McDonald's! I love it. And then
was
another
great movie.
musical thing, too. Anytime they do music in South Park is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, you talk about great episodes. The Creme Fraiche episode, the Toilet Safety Administration episode, Randy getting probed. I love it. So South Park, easy. I could have went Family Guy or South Park. And I got them both.
You did.
Bitch.
Those
Good
are
thing you didn't go in second place.
two good back-to-back picks.
Well, now it comes back to you.
Now it comes back to me. I had them, one or the other. Hopefully, was able to get them, but I was not. Now I have to decide which one do I take now, and hope that Robbie doesn't take one of them. And I think he might have them on his list. So I'm going to go with my second pick. I'm going to take the X-Men from the 90s.
Bitch.
There you go. I did have it on my
Son
list.
of a bitch.
I wasn't sure when it was going to go, but in the 90s, it was Saturday morning cartoons, and the X-Men was on it, and I woke up every Saturday to watch the X-Men. Classic cartoon series. Absolutely love it. And I'm a huge X-Men nerd, so it fits.
It's on Disney Plus.
It is.
yeah.
I have watched everything twice through.
I've recently rewatched it myself, and
I
Oh, so-
also watched X-Men Evolution,
I still
That
have my
wasn't-
VHS.
but
Of
the
those.
original X-Men
Of
series.
those? I had
Incredible.
I had a VHS from Pizza Hut, and it was one episode.
Oh, no. Mine had.
That's all it was.
Mine wasn't. I think mine was like one season.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not a long series. I think there is only like 4 or 5 seasons, maybe, if I remember correctly. But classic Saturday morning cartoon series there.
I
love
recently rewatched it, and the takeaway I got from it is it's super dark.
The original ones were a little bit darker,
Yeah.
and then they came out with the X-Men Evolution later
Yeah.
on, like in the early 2000s, I want to say, and that kind of brought light to, okay, these are teens in high school, right? Where as the original one, they were adults already established as the X-Men.
It was super dark.
So-
It was political.
Mhm.
You
It
know,
was a little bit, yeah.
and it was like, and I love the animation style, and it's like it's from that X-Men game that we used to have in the.
Also, I used to play that at
with
the
double
arcade.
screen.
Yes,
the double screen.
yes.
So it's all
Yep.
you got Jubilee, you got of course,
Nightcrawler.
Cyclops, but
Right.
Nightcrawler, Gambit was always my
Yep.
favorite character. on
Gambit
there.
is my all-time favorite X-Men.
Mine too.
And with my next
Okay,
question
all
to
right.
everybody was, who was your favorite X-Men?
Well, now you know mine.
Well,
Right.
Gambit, yeah, I guess. And I also like because I like the big meaty men in wrestling. I liked Colossus.
Colossus was awesome.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
I mean, how could you not love Wolverine? Wolverine
I
was
agree.
portrayed as a badass
He's
back
the John-
in,
he's
in
the
then,
John
and
Cena.
he was just
I used to have. Well, obviously
Fucking Mark.
we probably all had the toys, the X-Men
Oh, of
toys
course.
from the cartoon.
Yeah.
But I remember having a big Wolverine. He was like a foot tall, and I had a Sabretooth that went with him so
Oh.
that you could make him
oh,
fight.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah.
They were
Yeah,
so
that was
cool.
awesome.
They were really like colorful,
Yes.
and
yeah.
they were big. They were more than a foot. They were like, probably almost a foot and a half.
Yeah,
They were
probably.
very
They were
boys.
big, yeah.
Hell
Or
yeah.
at least they felt like
They
it
were
when
like-
we were younger.
They were,
What better rivalry than Wolverine and Sabretooth?
Exactly.
Right?
Well, they were bigger than like the rubber wrestlers.
Yes, they were.
Right, so they were pretty big and
Yeah.
thicker.
And thicker,
Those
yeah.
were sweet.
And they were harder plastic, too.
Yeah.
They weren't rubber.
They were plastic, yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, when you fought them together, they would clink and smash, and, like, the paint would rub off.
Yep.
No, good pick. I'm surprised. Not surprised you went there, but I thought I was going to get that later.
I'm surprised that went
Wasn't
so
really
quick.
sure where Robbie's
had
head
it.
was on that, so I had to get it. I'm hoping that my next pick in the next round will be there. So
I
we'll
can't
see.
remember the order of the day, but it was like American Gladiators, WWF Superstars, and X-Men.
Yes.
And I think they were all on the same channel.
Oh,
Yeah.
American
Yeah.
Gladiators.
It was probably
They have a
Fox
30. They have a
or
30 for 30 on American Gladiator on ESPN
Do they really?
Plus. If you guys don't have it, and check it out.
So this is where I'm going to struggle here because
something. Only know one cartoon.
Yes. No. Because I didn't put these in order because I couldn't figure out, besides Scooby-Doo, what order I would actually put these in.
It's easier to read. We write on paper like an old school person. All right, we're not looking at our little 3-inch phones and dicks.
But
Well-
with our technology that we have these days,
Oh, my
the
God.
phone is the 21st century. So
All right, I know where I'm going next. I am going with Beavis and Butthead.
Oh, you son
that
of a
is
bitch.
good.
Son of a bitch.
So Beavis and Butthead, not only did I love it when I was younger, but I love it more now watching it back.
Of course, now
Because-
you're an adult and you understand the jokes that they're making.
Yeah,
and you,
more so
and you
because-
get everything.
When Beavis and Butthead was on, we were like young,
Really young,
but
yeah.
shouldn't have been watching it, but we're watching
Definitely
it.
Loved
another one of
it.
those shows that you had to wait for your parents to get out of the room and
Exactly.
sneak on. You have the
But
you
know
have the
what?
remote set to the channel return, so when you hit when they
You
come
hit
when
last.
you hear them coming in, and you click it really quick. What are you watching? Oh, it's nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm searching.
To Adam's parents, I had nothing to do with this. By the way, I'm sorry, Ron. I'm sorry you had to hear that.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you this though. Watching Beavis and Butthead when you were younger, and then watching it now, I still love the animation, even though it's crap.
Absolutely.
Like they're just scribbled up characters. Like it looks like shit, but
Like
it also
2D
doesn't look
animation.
like shit. If you really watch it, you're like, this is crappy looking, but it's great looking.
Right.
I don't know how to explain it to you if you didn't grow up with that era and then watch it again now, but I love it.
Yeah.
And like some of the stuff that they would get into obviously made absolutely no sense. Like I don't know if you used to watch it a lot.
yeah.
I don't know if you did or not.
I watched it a little bit, but
Do you remember the episode where Beavis gets bit by the dog and he pretends to have rabies? he goes to the doctor
He's foaming at the mouth. He's
because he took the what do they call that? Alka-Seltzer.
Yep, the alcohol. Yep. They were great. It was a kind of smart show for the time too because it depicted like we weren't teenagers then, but like
No, we weren't.
We got it. Like it was two teenagers getting into shit and like sitting around talking shit about shitty music videos,
Right.
right? And that's what we all did.
Yep.
You know, and it was such a like smart show to like tackle everyday life like that, and given the time frame, so they're like the old school metalheads with their Metallica and their AC/DC picking on poor Stewart because he likes Winger.
He likes Winger.
That's
Right.
sad. We like Winger here. We approve Winger.
We do. And Winger, when he was on the show, pointed that out. He had a hard time for a minute because he became the joke on Beavis and Butthead. But I mean,
You might want to
looking
pick
back
up
on
that
it.
name you dropped, Robbie.
Hang on.
Okay, you got it?
Got
All right,
it.
cool.
It was heavy.
I love that show. Totally on my list. I actually own the complete series
Oh, do you
on
really?
DVD. So that's something I bought recently at Walmart or something like that. Not a sponsor, but I remember Christ,
Small Smart, please.
18 maybe 18
Copyright.
years ago, buying season 1 for $45.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because that's what it was. I had to buy it off of infomercial on TV, legitimately.
Right.
From Time Life, I think it was. And now it's I bought the whole series for $30. Right. And I just love it. So great pull. I think the only thing is though I haven't popped in the whole series because I've seen it before a million times. It's more like a collector thing. I don't think the music videos are.
They're not.
And some of that was the funniest stuff.
Yes.
So
You know how I know they're not is because you can stream Beavis and Butthead on Paramount Plus, and the music video parts are taken out, so the episodes are short. They're
Yeah.
they're 18 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
but it was a good thing because they didn't have to write as much. And then, MTV could still get music videos out there.
Well, that's why it was part of MTV. Beavis and Butthead, the Metallica shirt and the AC/DC shirt,
Right.
and they're watching I remember them specifically watching Aerosmith videos
Yeah,
and talking about how cool Steven Tyler was, or they'd put in a band that Beavis and Butthead wouldn't and they would shit on it,
Yeah.
but it was the actual music video.
Yep.
They would show it on their little TV, and then it would zoom in, and you would hear them commentating in the back.
Right. It was kind of like Mystery Science Theater for music
Yes.
videos.
Yep.
Right?
Exactly.
With dumbasses. And obviously the show could only have a short shelf life, but then he went and started another show and it got pretty big, and that's why
Yeah.
it had a rebirth about
Yes.
a decade ago and it just didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because music videos aren't a thing anymore.
Right.
Right? And I remember the rebirth, the first thing they're doing is watching the Twilight movies.
Yeah.
So that's all I really
And Beavis and Butthead Do America was a big movie.
Oh, fantastic. That's the best thing.
Yeah.
I think. Because they don't mess around with the music video.
Yeah.
They got the guy from Unsolved Mysteries being the bad. I'm Robert Stack. They had him being the big bad of the show. I love that.
Oh my God, I love the episode where Beavis and Butthead call the phone sex line. And the woman on the other end sounds super hot, and then they show her, and she's this huge, overweight lady in the trailer park sitting down eating a bucket of chicken.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a great
and,
show.
and she's
Yeah,
like,
I can
"What do you
honestly
want me to
say-
do?" And he's like, "Could you put the phone on your butt?"
Love it. Love it. Watch it. Robbie just said it's on Paramount
Yeah,
Plus.
that was one of my shows that slipped my mind.
Well, I guess I get pick
And your
number
next pick.
my third pick.
Wow, we're in round 3 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
I said we should have won
I feel like
5 rounds.
I feel like we're cruising here.
I mean, we
still
just
can.
might.
We're flying through it.
I mean,
feel
we've
like
been
there's
going
a-
for almost 30 minutes.
There's a lot of animated shows
Well,
that'll make
there is.
the...
Stop looking at my list.
I'm not looking at you. I don't care about your list.
You just made the list. Shout out to friend of the show, Chris Jericho.
All right, guys, I'm going number 3. I'm going Masters of the Universe. I think that's one of the best cartoons
That-
of all time.
Best or corniest?
Oh, it's super corny. It's super corny.
What you're talking
He-Man and the
He-Man and the
Masters-
Masters of the
He-Man.
Universe.
Sorry,
Yeah,
I didn't hear what you said at first. I was like, what the hell is that?
I'm telling you, I don't care.
Skeletor.
Exactly. It's an iconic show, whether you liked it or not. Is it super corny? Of course it is. It came out in the 80s.
I can't believe that's on your list. It's your list, man. You have it. That's a tough one.
I'm kind
for
of
me.
surprised at that one, to be
Yeah.
honest.
I
That
like
is-
That's a
it.
tough one for
Like-
me.
might be the surprise of the draft.
Yeah.
I used to watch it at my grandma's house in the mornings because they would have the reruns on because, I was born in 87, so I think that's when it started. So by
Yeah,
the time
probably.
I was watching it, it was just reruns, but I had the action figures of He-Man and Skeletor and all that stuff. And even the movie, as corny as it was, I love the movie. There's just something about He-Man and the Masters of the Universe that I like. And
She-Ra.
She-Ra, yep, Battle Cat, I'm down for it. I'm in.
Yeah, that's your stuff.
Hey.
I can't really put too much on it because it wasn't for me. Not that it wasn't for me. I just never. How the f did you watch it? What was it on? I don't even remember.
Dude, I was a kid. I couldn't tell you.
yeah, I never remember seeing it.
I remember watching it on early mornings,
Really?
early mornings at my grandmother's house, sitting in front of the TV watching Masters of the
because
Universe.
by the time you're watching it, it's probably done off of television.
Yeah, it was probably a good
90, 91.
5 years old
Yeah.
by the time I was watching it.
That's what I'm
So I
saying.
don't think there was new episodes being made, but I was definitely watching the reruns every morning.
Now we also got lucky given our generation. Adam's younger, so he was already born almost into it. But we got lucky in the fact that Cartoon Network started.
Mhm.
I was 6 or 7 when that started, so we got lucky because the Cartoon Network at first was all old show,
That's true.
and
That's true.
so we got to have that the Johnny Quest experience.
yeah.
And Birdman.
Yep.
In Space Ghost, which none of these made my list.
None, mine either.
Actually, one of the ones that you just said is on my list, but I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it or not.
All right. Well, that's an interesting. I wish we could talk about it more, but I never really watched it.
I never really watched it either, but I do remember a specific character, and I love He-Man's pet, Cringer, the little tiger,
yeah,
right?
No, Battle Cat.
Yeah, Battle Cat, whatever you want to call him. He was this cowardly little thing, and then when he was like ready to battle, he like became this big buff like sidekick, like kick ass.
No, I mean,
But I didn't
anybody
watch a
that
whole lot of it, so
anybody that you ask, so will tell you it's an iconic cartoon. And
True.
if you watch the Toys That Made Us, they talk about
watched
how
it, yeah.
iconic it was
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
that's true.
So I don't know. That's me. So I guess we're rolling on to Adam for number 3.
Yeah, my third round pick. I might be a little surprised, but here's a question for you guys. Do you know the 5 elements that make up Captain
Oh, I
Planet?
hate you. Earth,
Wind,
fire,
water.
heart. When your
More powers combine.
I am Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
Captain Planet,
He's
my
a hero.
mullet.
I had Captain Planet action figures.
Oh, I sure did.
I also did as well, and that was another cartoon that I had to watch. You
And
know?
what was the message? Take care of the Earth.
Earth?
Take
It
care of
was
the Earth, yeah.
take care of the Earth, fight pollution,
Yep.
right?
Ban styrofoam in the state of New York.
Captain Planet, he's a hero. Gonna take pollution down to 0.
I love that we all remember that theme song.
Yeah, that's a great
How
one.
great was that show?
Sir,
And it was. It had a
on my
great
list.
message. And you're a kid listening, watching Captain Planet, like, oh, I'll just throw this in the recycle bin, or
He may
so,
have been
yeah,
the
it was
answer to the Toxic Avenger.
It is.
I mean, I loved his mullet. He looked like he
Oh
belonged
yeah,
in an
what
80s
a
hair
great
band.
character, right?
I had an action figure of Captain Planet that when you ran it under cold water, he would get like mud on his chest, and you would have to like run it under hot water, and then he would be clean again.
Are we sure it's mud?
I don't know.
Was it feces?
I don't know. I was a kid.
It was pollution.
That's a wild pull. I never
That
like
was on my list.
Was it really?
I just
I
crossed
used
it
to
off.
love Captain
Wow.
Planet. Of course, I haven't seen it in however long it's been on or off the air. I
Yeah.
should say, right?
You know we have to
So-
go 5 now.
I think we should go 5 rounds.
I'm fine with
I mean,
five.
we're in for it, so we're already
I'm fine
here.
with five.
That was a good pull. There's not much to say about it. It's just a great pull.
Yeah, if
It
you
is
guys
a
know what we're
great
talking
show,
about,
and
look it up. It was like we're saying, like it was.
I'm sure it's on some streaming.
It was a bunch
service
of
somewhere.
kids that were trying to be like tree huggers, and like when there was really bad problems, they had these little rings that they would.
They
I
would
don't know,
pull
somehow-
together and they
somehow
would
get
put
Captain
they would
Planet.
fist
Yeah,
bump the air.
they would fist bump the ring, and they
And
would each
then
say what the
they
ring
would-
was.
You had your
the
elements.
5 elements.
Yeah.
Well, 4 elements and heart.
Right.
That's how Captain Planet.
And the kids were all culturally
Called-
diverse.
Yes.
You have
Correct.
to, and for that time period when we were
Yes.
growing up, that was a big deal.
It was
That
cool.
was
It was
huge
a
deal.
cool.
Yes.
It was a cool show. There's a black kid, white kid. There's an Indian
Asian, there was
kid.
I think there was an
There's a
Asian
Chinese
kid,
kid, yeah.
or Chinese kid.
Super
Yeah.
cool. Like
Yeah.
I can't remember what they all look like, but I do remember that there was one of everything, and that was the idea of it.
I think the white girl was like a ginger, and then the heart one was the Asian girl.
No, I thought
No, the heart
No.
was the
kid.
Indian kid.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember.
Fire
now.
was the white.
Did you guys
kid.
have the rings? The action figures used to
didn't
come
have
with the
action
rings.
figures.
I think I only had 2.
I had like one,
Yeah.
and I remember like begging for more action figures so I
Just
can
so
have
you
them
can
all.
get all of them.
Yeah.
I know.
It was a cool show. I really did like it.
Yeah, it was a good
on my
show.
list. I'm offended at you.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Well, okay.
Well, now you have 2 though,
Well, so moving on
and
to
I feel
me,
like you might
I'm a little.
take some of mine.
Well, I'm a little heavy on the adult cartoonies,
That's fine.
right? And that's
I just
okay.
picked Beavis and Butthead, dude.
Right, but I've got
I
two
know,
adult
right?
cartoons.
I picked
All
The
right.
Simpsons.
So I got 2 adult cartoons. So I want to definitely throw in one. Are we going 5?
We're gonna go
I
5.
think we should go
we'll
5.
So then, what I'm going to pick is a cartoon on the kid side, I guess, that I loved when I was a kid, and it was produced. Let's see if this gives you any insight. It was produced by Steven Spielberg.
Not really sure.
It kind of recently had a re-up, and that would be the Animaniacs.
Oh, it's on my list.
So
Damn it.
that's what I'm
Okay.
going with. Loved it. I mean, and that and Cooper Ace.
Crossing it off.
Pinky and the Brain.
Yep.
As well, because that's part
Great
of the
show.
anime. You
Yep.
got Yakko,
They had
Wacko,
they had
and
the-
Dot.
Yeah, they had their own spin-off, right? Pinky and the Brain.
Pinky and the Brain
Yep.
did, yeah. But
Hello, nurse.
they're part of the Animaniacs lore. Great animation. Beautiful, like, cartoon.
That's like also an in-betweener because it is a child's cartoon, but it's also got a lot of
It
adult
was on
jokes.
Kids WB, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely
No.
has a lot of
No, no, no.
adult jokes. That
It doesn't
you might
have
not
adult
picked
jokes.
up on.
It has fucking grandpa jokes. Like, dude, like,
fair.
what's his name? Brain is just basically like I forgot who it was, just a caricature of like a 30s actor.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's
But
all he is.
however, like when I say adult jokes, there's a lot of sexual innuendos, and like as you know, kids don't get it. You know, my son likes Animaniacs, and he doesn't like. I'll laugh at things that he's not laughing at,
Right.
and then he's like, "What do you say?" I'm like, "Nothing."
There's a lot of there's a lot of old-timey Hollywood jokes that's
Yes.
coming from Steven Spielberg. But there's a funny thing I found out about this. Do you know why they're called Yakko, Wacko, and Dot?
No.
Because they're what are their last names? They're the
Warner.
Warners. They're
Yeah.
the Warner Brothers. And
Yeah.
if you look at the Warner Brothers logo, it's
And the Warner sister.
B. Dot. And that's why it's like they're the Warner Brothers,
okay.
and she's the Dot.
Gotcha.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's why they're called that. I discovered that at some point in my life.
That's interesting. I
Great
never knew
video
that.
game tie-ins to these as well.
I had the Animaniacs video game.
Me
It was
too.
incredibly hard.
It was hard. It was fun though.
It was very fun to play, and it was very challenging for me anyway.
That's a good pick. I think
It's a great pick.
Wacko was my favorite.
Of course.
You know, he was a little
yeah.
bastard.
Backwards
He was a
hat.
little
Yeah.
I had that little stuffed animal when I was a kid.
Well, he was very much like a Ringo Starr.
Yeah.
Like he had the Beatles like accent, and he played the drums.
Yeah.
And I think there was actually like
Do the voice, Robbie.
I can't. Somebody's got to try it.
What did he say though? Give me something he would say, and I'll try to do the accent.
Oh man, I can't remember now.
I don't know, Wacko. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm good with my voices, but not that one.
That's pretty.
He sounded like Ringo Starr.
He did. That's a good pull. Another musical things like I remember they would always throw in some kind of musical lesson because it had
Yes.
because to be considered a kid show, which it was, it had to be some form of entertain or education.
Educational.
And like they would like do a I don't know, like some sing-songy about the countries.
I was just going to say
East.
that. Yes, and they would sing them in like a na 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 na, but they were saying all the countries'
Yes,
names. Yeah, I remember that.
So it's just very great show.
Yeah,
So
that was a good one. I just had to cross it off my
That
list.
was a great show.
yeah, that's right.
I glanced at it and I looked at it. I'm like, I don't know if these guys would go there. I'm glad you did though. It's a good pull.
Well, now he gets another one.
Hey everybody, this is Lauren Marie Taylor, creator and host of the Not the Final Girl podcast. Okay, so every horror fan remembers the final girl, right? You know, the one who can outrun and outsmart the Jasons, the Michaels, the Chuckies. I think you get it. But what about the girls and, the guys who met with an untimely end? Those of us who were tortured and tripped, dragged and killed. Don't we deserve some props? As Vicky in Friday the 13th Part 2 and Sheila in Girls Night Out, I know what a drag it is to succumb to those masked and wardrobe-challenged killers, to not be the final girl. On my new podcast, I'll be chatting with other women of horror who share the same fate. Special guests include those final girls as well as the writers and directors who created our characters, only to give us an early expiration date. And if they play nice, we'll let some of those crazed killers of horror tell their side of the story. So join me, Lauren Marie Taylor, on the Not the Final Girl podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you get the alerts when the episodes drop. Thanks for listening. Keep your doors locked and stay out of the woods.
Hey, it's Misty and Liz with Talking Literature.
We're sisters who don't know shit about literature, but we love to hang out and talk about the books we've read.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Talking Literature and on Twitter at Talk Literature.
And look for us wherever you listen to podcasts.
Okay, so I guess I'm gonna go. What do I do here? I'm just fucking sticking with the children. There was nothing more important to me than the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon
That was
show
on
when
my
I was
list.
a kid.
Yeah.
Actually, that was not on my
That
list.
was on my list.
I had all the action figures,
sure.
and I was a
Same.
huge fan.
Yeah.
However,
So-
I knew that one of you was going to get to it before me. So.
I think we always think of it, the movie more, or the video game.
No, I
always
watched the cartoons more. Yeah,
That was my
Actually,
jam, dude.
I had the
Listen,
movies on VHS, but I loved the
I want to
cartoons.
say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle toys are like top 10 in like the most valuable toys.
I still
Yeah.
have them all.
Like you can get
Yeah.
some serious money for those.
Dude.
I'm not talking like millions, but
Mhm.
you know, a few
Love it.
hundred for a certain action figure.
A certain
or,
toy, yeah.
You know, if you have that
Was $5 back then.
Right. If you have like, you know, the dump truck that they used to drive, like you
That
know what I
shoots
mean?
the pizzas
That shoots
out of the top.
pizzas out. Yeah, right?
They're so cool. It's such a cool show. It's so early 90s. It's so my time frame, my childhood.
For sure.
You know, and that was so important to me to try to catch it. It was something that would avoid me. I don't know why. I don't know when it was on. I don't know what channel it was, but it was always a gamble. When I find it, I'd be like, ah!
Yeah.
You know, it'd be so cool to me.
Oh my God, I remember one birthday of mine. I was super young. I think, what's it called? The Technodrome?
The Technodrome.
I got
Yes.
the Technodrome where you would hit the button and the side would open and the eyeball would roll down and shoot off.
Yeah.
And, well, you guys were probably there. But yeah.
That was another arcade game that I
Another arcade?
gravitated
Well, they
to.
were all kind of hand in hand.
Simpsons, X-Men, Ninja Turtles.
Those were
and
the
then
three most popular ones.
The three most popular ones. And then, of course, they started coming out with your, Super Nintendo games and
Right.
all that. And those were
Which all the
also
Turtle games
incredibly
are good.
hard, by
Yeah,
the way.
I mean, the toys, like a lot, they go in hand, man. Toys, video games,
Yeah.
cartoons, like that, especially when we're young children.
Yeah,
those
absolutely.
things like go hand in hand with us. So it's just kind of like I can't separate the two. I can't separate the three.
I remember playing the original Ninja Turtles game on the NES.
So
And,
hard.
Oh,
That
when you had to beat Rock and
incredibly
Bebop, oh my God, it was damn near impossible for a kid that was 5 years old.
No, the NES
Right.
Turtles game made a lore because of James Rolfe and the angry video game nerd has made millions of dollars of a freaking out over that game.
Yeah.
Because it was so hard. I've never beat it.
I've never beat it.
Like when
Yeah.
you're swimming underwater with all the electricity and the stupid plants that make you.
Yeah.
Oh, dumb game. Great cartoon. We're talking about that cartoon. Very colorful. Very great animation. Great tie-ins with the toys and everything like that. And it it fit the voice well of the Turtles. And the cartoon and the movie somewhat, but you forget the first word in the titles, teenage.
Right.
You forget that these are like supposed to be kids.
Kids.
These are kids. Like
Raised by Splinter the Rat.
that are so that
Master Splinter.
Master
So
Splinter.
they're like great, warriors, but they have the mentality of teenagers.
Yeah, hence
Right.
the pizza and the
pizza-
cowabunga
yeah,
and all
so
that
that's
stuff.
why it's super cool.
Great catchphrase. Everybody
Yeah.
used it back then.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle?
Oh, Michelangelo, come on.
Leonardo.
He's the funny one, but
That's who I am. Of this
Leonardo.
group,
oh
obviously.
yeah, Leonardo's the leader,
Oh, okay.
and with the
Yeah.
dual katanas, oh my god,
for sure.
So you're both.
I'm Raphael though.
You're
man.
the nerd,
Give me Raph.
the angry nerd. Is that
Raph.
what he
No.
is?
Donatello's the nerd.
Donatello's
Oh,
the
that's
nerd.
right. Raph is
Sky
the
picks
angry
Ninja
guy.
Turtles, doesn't even know it's Ninja Turtles.
Raph is like the
Unbelievable.
angry douche.
Yeah.
Yes, he wore
Right.
the red.
Hello.
Donatello wore the
Yeah,
purple.
I confused. the
Leo
two.
was blue, and
I confused. I thought he was an
Michelangelo
angry
was-
nerd. He's just angry.
Also, tidbit for everybody who doesn't know that they're all named after famous Renaissance painters.
Yes, we know that.
Well,
We
just
might
'cause
have
you
young
know that,
listeners.
You have young listeners that don't know
All right,
that.
Austin, listen.
All right, Adam, you're up.
All right,
Is this
this
your
is
fourth?
a tough one. This is my fourth pick.
All right.
I'm gonna go with Ren and Stimpy here.
Well, good choice.
Oh, that was my next pick. Oh,
That's on
I
my
was
list.
debating on a couple for this one.
gotta cross it off now.
Definitely a ton of honorable mentions coming after we're done here after the fifth round. But Ren and Stimpy was always a classic Nickelodeon show. Like I want to say it was a Nick at Night show
It was because it was very
because
adult.
it was more adult than anything.
Yeah,
And-
it was on the regular Nickelodeon, but later.
But I think it was later on
Yeah.
in the night. It might have even been like after hours, Nick. Right? Like
Yeah.
Nick at Night was started at what 8, 9 o'clock. You get your 2, 3, 4 shows in, and then you go like late night Nickelodeon. And I want to say that's where it was.
It was just before Nick at Night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or that's something like that. Either way, great show, hilarious. Always found it funny.
Me too.
for
I still do.
and I love.
You idiot!
You idiot!
Also streaming on Paramount.
What's
Just
that?
saying. It's also streaming on Paramount
You are a
Plus.
shill
Yeah.
for Paramount.
Not a sponsor yet.
Not yet.
Great pick, definitely on my list. Great video games too.
Great
Yeah,
video games
also,
for Sega. Sega.
Always love that after the
You
Sonic.
can so tell when we grew up.
Oh, I know it's so bad.
Oh my god, that's a great pick. It was on my list. I literally just had to
Thanks,
cross it off.
guys. I appreciate that. I like that.
And again, like,
I debated on a couple. I got another one that's.
You still got one coming up.
I know. I got one more pick after this.
do you guys remember the episode of Ren and Stimpy where Ren is making like big bucks off Stimpy's hairballs? So he makes him like lick himself naked, and then he's like, "That's it." Stimpy's all sick. He's out of hair, so he starts licking Ren. Oh my god!
Powdered Toast Man.
Powdered Toast Man was great. Log.
Log. It's log. It's log. It's bigger than bigger than bad. It's good.
I don't know.
Better than
If
bad.
you
It's
if
good.
you don't think of Happy Happy Joy Joy,
Oh, of
Yeah.
course.
when you
And
say
everything
Ren and Stimpy, that's
in Ren and
just-
Stimpy revolves around the ass.
Yes.
Like Powdered Toast Man had a
Look,
giant ass.
yes.
Like
Backwards. Great pick on my
Well,
list.
Now, were they cats? Ren and Stimpy were
Cat and dog.
cat and dog.
right?
Yeah, Stimpy was the cat.
Stimpy was the cat, and Ren was the little Chihuahua dog,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Wow. Good one.
Great pick.
All right. I'm
Robbie
up.
for 2.
So my fourth one's an easy one. I'm going Tom and Jerry.
That's what I was debating on.
Tom and Jerry is one of
Classic.
my favorite
Yes,
cartoons.
absolutely.
So
Do you want me to get your walker? sir?
you didn't grow up watching Tom and Jerry?
course I
I
did.
just bought a Tom and Jerry T-shirt,
Oh my god.
and I absolutely love it.
I'm a huge Tom and Jerry fan. I really am. I think that like that's another one that's up there with Scooby Doo for me. I can watch the old ones though. Like
Totally
when they
agree.
redid Tom and Jerry, they weren't as good.
No, the
Like-
old ones were classic.
I love that Tom and Jerry didn't talk. It was all
Yep.
sound effects. It
Yep.
was all like little bubbles of thought.
You didn't
Like-
get a voice for Tom and Jerry until the Tom and Jerry movie came out in the
Yes.
mid-90s.
Yep.
Or the late 90s, or whenever it was.
Great slapstick humor.
Oh, for sure.
Like the
For sure.
stupid like little gags of like painting on like the mouse hole.
Right,
Yep.
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
It's just
Or he
like-
would like reach a finger into the hole and slide it down
Slide it
the
down,
wall.
Yep.
You know,
I
so
love that.
so Jerry would just run into the
Yeah,
wall.
he's great. I love
The new movie that came out last year was pretty good. It was basically a normal like live action movie, but they imposed Tom and Jerry into it, and it was really fun. And I watched it with my son, and we both got a good laugh out of it. But the original cartoon is where it's at, I think.
I agree. In the movie, even you're what 15 minutes in, and they're chasing each other around. Classic cartoon, right? And then one of them says something, and they both look at each other and go, oh, "You can talk,
Yeah,
right?" Like, how cool was that to put a voice to Tom and Jerry after so many episodes of them just chasing each other around?
But guys, I got a tough pick here for my fifth one because I'm bouncing between two. I have a shitload left,
I have a
but
ton left
I've decided
that I
on
can-
the
that I can
two.
go here.
There's one that you brought up earlier that we'll just honorably mention, so I won't do it. All right, here we go. I'm going to side with Angry Beavers.
Beavers.
I had thought about that one, but that is a good pick.
I thought that show was so funny. I really did. And even like now, if you watch it back, it's still pretty funny. And I won't say what I was bouncing back and forth until you guys pick yours so that I don't sway you. But Angry Beavers was one, to me, like, it sounds funny saying it now, but I remember it being a quote unquote newer show at the time when I got into it.
was, for sure.
Because it was more for like, you know, my sisters were younger, so they would have it on, and I'd be like, "Oh my god, this show is so funny!" And I still think that, like,
Well,
Angry
there was
Beavers
that
is a great
era. Angry Beavers, Cat Dog. What
show.
else?
SpongeBob.
Fun,
Little later than
a
that.
little later, but
But Angry Beavers, Cat Dog. There was like one more that came out in that time. Rocco.
Rocco's Modern Life.
Those were like the three that were like
Yeah.
new, like
Yeah.
um.
So that was
Nickelodeon.
that was
I
actually
want
the
to.
other
I want to
one.
give Robbie
Rocco?
his due diligence, and he can talk about his pick there because my next pick is Rocco's Modern Life.
That was the two I was deciding between.
We'll
was
talk
that and
about
Rocco's?
both. There you go.
Okay, so now that you
So my
said
next
yours,
pick was going to be
Is
going to be Rocco's Modern Life.
so I'm glad I went Angry Beavers because that gives us a platform to still talk about the other one that I was going
Yes.
to pick. But before we get off Angry Beavers, you guys remember their names?
I can't remember.
I was just
Norbit?
Norbit
And
I-
Daggett.
literally just thinking about that
Norbit
too.
and
I'm like,
Daggett,
what
yeah.
the hell were their names?
By the way, if you guys don't know some of the cartoons we're talking about, go check them out. Like even as
Please.
adults, they're really
Oh,
good.
there was one more at that time. Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Yes, I love
Just
that
came
one too.
out.
That was on my
was
list.
funny
as well,
too.
yeah.
Yeah. Those were all right about the same time.
Courage was actually kind of spooky
Courage
for a little
was
kid.
funny. I love the old man.
There
Yeah.
was a few times, that could have got a little scary for a young kid, but it was a good show.
The
yeah.
old man that loved to scare him with the fucking
Yes.
mask. And he would have the big mask on.
He just sat in his rocker. on the
Now
porch.
let's talk about Rocco's Modern Life.
Rocco's
though.
Modern Life.
Oh, Hef.
Yeah,
That wasn't bad.
Thank you.
that was really good.
Thank
wow,
you.
you really are good.
I'm good with my mouth.
Do you guys know what Rocco did for a living?
He was a phone sex operator.
He was a
wasn't
phone
he?
sex operator, yeah.
Yeah.
And they never said it, but on the back wall of his office, it said, "Keep it hot, keep it short, keep it steamy." And
Yeah.
that's what he did. Was it?
Why would they want to keep it short though? They don't want more money.
I don't know.
Well, it's Australia.
It's Australia. Yeah.
They even flush their toilets the wrong
It's
way.
Foster's. It's Australian for beer.
Heifer was a cow raised by wolves.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, family of wolves.
And wait. Mr. Bighead was the neighbor.
Yep.
He was a toad.
He was a toad, right?
Mhm.
Yeah. Mr. Bighead. Yeah.
They used to like
that was a great.
that was a
show. I
raunchy
loved
show
it.
too.
That was good. Yeah.
Going back and
That was
watching all
another
these
one.
shows now that were for kids, they were a little bit raunchy. Like
Sure.
there's a lot of adult jokes.
Well,
You know?
that's the smart way to go because like then you can encompass like the kids watching it and then the parents not minding to watch it.
Yeah.
Rather than watching Baby Shark,
For sure.
right? Like
For
you
sure.
want to murder somebody from what I hear.
Right. Oh man, that's a good pick.
Thank you.
It really is. And
Yeah,
Another good video game. Rocco had a good video game.
He did.
I remember,
He
too.
did.
Rocco is another one of those like later
He came
Nickelodeon.
back, didn't he?
He did, yeah. I think it was a movie.
No,
yes.
I think
Yeah.
Netflix cartoon or
a
something.
movie.
It was a movie?
Yeah, I watched it. It was really good. It was really and it
Well,
was very true to the
We never
original.
said what kind of animal he was.
He's a wallaby.
A wallaby.
Yeah.
He's a wallaby.
Did we hit all the main characters?
And it's only him and F, really.
I think it was really all
No,
about
the turtle.
yeah.
The I'm nauseous.
Yes.
Oh, I'm nauseous.
He always ended up on his back somehow.
Oh dear, I'm nauseous.
He was good too. I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
Filbert, right?
Filbert.
Oh,
yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
But they're like Rocco was one of those shows that like it didn't have a continuous plot. It just whatever episode was whatever episode.
Cartoons you don't need to. Really.
Right.
True.
Maybe
Right.
some of the action oriented.
But I was thinking of like for people who are listening who never saw it, how could we explain it? Like we said what the characters were and are, but like
This is funny.
yeah, it was just a funny cartoon. It was just,
Situational and funny.
yeah, whatever he would get into was it. That's how it was. It was like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Just situational fun,
Yep.
which was on my list of the.
That's right.
Okay, so for my final pick, it was going to be my final pick the whole time because I didn't think somebody was going to take it, and I truly think this is the funniest cartoon ever. And it's adulty.
Okay.
It's the funniest cartoon, and now I went with Family Guy first because it's more popular, and I didn't think
I know what you're gonna pick.
I'd.
So do I.
But his best creation ever is American Dad.
It's on my list.
It is the funniest
Great show.
cartoon ever made.
I thought about it.
Stan is hilarious, but the greatest character in the Seth Rogen, I almost said, the Seth MacFarlane universe is Roger.
Roger for sure.
Roger's great.
And
I love that he puts on a new disguise and nobody knows he's an alien.
he just
Yeah.
talks the same.
I love
Maybe
it.
he'll put a country
Yep.
drawl on there.
Yeah.
And every costume has a different character accent that goes
Yep.
with him, and he's what a great character. I
Roger
love
is the greatest character ever created. That show has made me laugh so much in my life. Yeah, just kind of the slapstickiness and like the density of Stan, but like the whole interplay with him being Mr. Mr. Government, and then his daughter being a big hippie,
Yes.
and Jeff being even a bigger hippie. It's just it's gold. It is so gold. There's so many good episodes. One of my favorite episodes is Christmas with Krampus.
Yeah.
And Krampus is so evil and mean. Like, it is so perfect.
I love the premise of him being a CIA agent and just kind of being like a shitty CIA
Incompetent.
agent. he's not that good at his job.
There's so many digs at the government.
Yeah,
I
there
love
really
it.
is.
I love on the fridge they
Great
have
show. Good pick for
the
the
terrorist
last pick.
warning on the fridge always.
Yes.
And he changes it.
Yep.
It's just, he gets into so much shit. Like, I just remember an episode, or the kids too. And Steve
Yeah.
gets into so much shit. I don't even know what else to say about it. It's like, I can't even like pick out like things that were amazing because it's just like whatever Roger did in the episode is probably amazing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
it's simple
True.
as that.
Yeah.
And
so-
if you haven't seen it but you've seen Family Guy, it's like that but better. Like
Agreed.
I prefer American Dad over Family Guy. I really do.
agree.
I love them both, but like I think American Dad is the funniest cartoon ever.
It's so good.
I really, truly mean that.
Guys, we just went through 15 cartoons each that we picked. Let's just go through real quick and run down our lists and just just to freshen up, and then we're gonna just drop a couple
Well,
honorable
you were
mentions.
first, Robbie. What's your list?
So I went number 1, Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Number 2, Beavis and Butthead. Number 3, He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Number 4, Tom and Jerry, the original cartoon. And number 5, Angry Beavers. Adam?
My second picks were I went The Simpsons first round, and then we went X-Men, Captain Planet, Ren and Stimpy, and I ended with Rocco's Modern Life.
That's solid.
Solid pick, but the winning draft is Family Guy, ding ding ding, South Park, ding ding ding, Animaniacs, ding ding ding, Ninja Turtles, ding ding ding, and American Dad.
I don't think you won this one.
This one's mine.
I actually hate to admit it,
This one's mine.
but that is a really solid list.
It's a really solid list for all adults.
No, it's not. Because American Dad, and
Ninja
South Park,
Turtles,
we watched as
That's
kids.
true.
Ninja Turtles
Thrown in there.
I don't think it's-
Animaniacs thrown in there. Little kid-like, but a lot of adult content there.
So maybe
gonna-
all your kids will like your list, that all your millions of children listeners, and then all your millions of adults.
I think we all nailed this one, to be honest with you.
I'm going to drop a
we
couple
can-
of
I have
names
a
here,
ton.
and you guys are going to freak out. I'm going to see if you even remember some of these, all right?
I have some too, and we might have some of the same ones.
All right, get to the mic here because I want reactions. All right. Here's some that I thought of that I didn't say. Gargoyles.
Gargoyles
Yeah,
on my list.
on my
right
list
here,
as
right
well.
Come on,
there,
for real?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we all remember that
Yeah.
one. Street Sharks.
Street Sharks was on my list as
I
well.
remember the show. Wasn't on my list. Though.
There was
I
four,
love the
four
toys.
different sharks.
Oh, the toys
I
were
love the
great.
toys.
Right?
Yeah.
There was a tiger shark,
A great
hammerhead-
white.
a great white, a hammerhead. What was the other one? There's four.
I
Right?
can't remember the
I
name
can't
of it,
remember
but
what
yes.
it was, but he was
Biker Mice from Mars.
Mice from Mars. Yep.
That one I don't know.
theme song written by Jeff Soto.
Oh,
Yes,
Wow.
Biker Mice from
not
Mars.
friend of the show yet.
Not friend of the show yet.
Not yet.
So that was 3 that I thought you guys would remember, and one that you brought up earlier that is on my list, Space Ghost, Coast to
But
Coast.
that's
Coast to
not
Coast.
a cartoon
It was a talk show by a cartoon.
with real people.
Right. But
Coast to Coast was great.
it was, but Space Ghost itself was pretty cool.
Yes, it was a cool show. Some of the
Space Ghost reminded me of a more modern Masters of the Universe. It was the same concept. It was
Same.
the same
Well,
drawing
Space Ghost
style.
was back then. The original cartoons from like 60s and 70s.
Oh, was it really?
Yeah.
Okay, see, I didn't know that.
Yes.
Because I used to watch it on Cartoon
Yeah,
Network.
because it
so
was
I
a
just
60s
assumed
and
it was
70s
new.
show. Yeah,
But
all
then
that
they-
stuff. Johnny Quest,
Johnny
Space
Quest was
Ghost,
old, yeah.
Birdman. They were all, and then there was Harvey Birdman, attorney at law.
And do you guys remember Dinosaurs? It
I
was
don't.
dinosaurs
I've
from
never-
outer space that could talk.
That sounds scary.
I used to watch that a lot when I was real little. And here's one you'll remember because it used to come on after Monday Night Raw. Duckman.
Duckman. I love Duckman. Yeah.
Never heard of that one.
Well, some of the ones that we could have thrown in there too, like Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Yep.
Yeah.
Fantastic. But nobody mentioned Bob's Burgers.
Nobody mentioned Bob's
That's a
Burgers.
great
No,
cartoon
that's true.
too. One of the ones that
They
almost
have a
made my
movie.
list-
They have a movie
Yeah.
coming out now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Bob's
Yep.
Burgers.
One of the ones on my list. Real Monsters.
Good one.
Yep.
What
Used to
about
love it.
Hey Arnold,
It's on my list right now.
Johnny Bravo,
Johnny Bravo. Those were some of my.
and then the last couple I have are Recess. I liked that show when I was a kid.
I hated it.
I
liked
didn't like it
Recess
either.
when I was-
Yep,
No,
never
wasn't
got
really a
into it.
fan of that one.
And the one that almost made it because it's super cool, like adventure type, and it's bigger than it ever was right now, was the original series of Pokemon.
That's
Okay.
still
That was a
as
great
big as it's
cartoon.
ever been right
Yeah.
now.
It's like bigger than it's ever been right now.
And the fact that they keep coming out with new generations is just incredible. I mean, you
And
have
old
our
school.
generation, right? 90s original
Yeah.
Pokemon came out, so
I was
we're
never into
drawn
it.
towards that. But now, still kids today can still be a part of it.
Well,
So,
give me some honorable mentions, Adam.
My honorable mention.
Well, and for
you
the
guys
old
are gonna
school
love this
stuff,
one.
real quick, Jetsons. That's my old
That was a
Jetsons,
good
yeah.
one.
That's my
Yeah.
old
I used to watch that all the time.
Yeah, it's my old school.
And of course, the Looney Tunes.
Here's one that you guys will like. Doug.
Doug,
Yep, I had it
Doug,
here. Yep.
Doug was on my list.
Yeah.
And Pork Chop.
Pork Chop was Doug. Roger was another character.
Yep.
Another Roger.
Skeeter.
Patty
Patty Mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise.
Oh, hiya, Doug.
There you go.
You don't need sound clips when I'm around.
That's true.
I'm not going to splice any in.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Why not?
Roger, or what we like to call him today,
Roger
Macklemore.
Roger Klotz.
Macklemore.
Doug was great.
Rocket Power was on my list.
That's a good one.
That was one of my absolute favorite Nickelodeon shows that they came out
I was
with.
too young for that one.
With
Really?
Otto.
I'm too old for that one. I mean, too old for
Oh, I was going to say, what do you?
Yeah, I'm too old for that one.
Otto, Twister, Squid.
You probably like the Thornberries.
I did not.
Well, you were the youngest, so when my sisters were younger, I would still watch those things.
Yeah.
So you didn't have that. Once
Yeah.
you were out of it, you were out of it.
Yeah.
That was. I
Those
didn't
are
like
really
the.
the
I didn't like
two-
the Wild Thornberries.
I didn't like that one.
I didn't really
either.
remember it, but nobody really gave SpongeBob any love.
I don't like SpongeBob.
Shit, I don't watch.
Yeah.
I never,
That was way past.
I also love the Rugrats guys.
yeah, Rugrats are cool.
I was never huge into
Really?
those either. That was my sister. Yeah.
I like the
Never
Rugrats
couldn't make the list, but honorable mention for sure.
Nobody mentioned
No.
Daria.
because it's Daria.
I like it.
It's like not as funny Beavis and Butthead.
I used to like Tales from the Crypt Keeper.
Yeah.
It was a cartoon.
Yeah, that was a cool.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
there
fun.
was all those one-hit wonder cartoons. Tales from the Crypt, Back to the Future cartoon.
Yep.
Elf had a cartoon.
Yep.
Which was pretty cool. What else had a freaking cartoon back then? Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling or whatever.
Yes.
That
Yep.
was a cool one.
Yep.
There was
Damn.
a lot of cool stuff, man.
Do you guys remember DuckTales?
Yes,
DuckTales, yep.
absolutely.
That was on my
Yeah.
list as well.
I used
had
to
that
watch
one.
I
That was
can't pick
That
it.
was a great game too, by the way.
Yes, it was.
I couldn't pick it because you guys make fun of me for all my old shit, but the Looney Tunes was my favorite.
I was thinking Looney Tunes were up there. That's a
you
classic.
picked freaking Tom and Jerry, not the Looney Tunes.
I
Come
know.
on, bro.
I like Tom and Jerry better. I mean, I love
True.
Bugs Bunny. I really do. Like Bugs
Yeah, of
Bunny
course.
and Daffy Duck
I mean,
and
who doesn't
Sylvester and the skunk that was canceled.
Yeah,
Like
Oh yeah,
it's rabbit season.
Pepe Le Pew.
duck season.
It's rabbit season.
It's one of the best episodes. Are we forgetting a big one? Is somebody going to
Well,
hit us
no-
up and be
nobody
like,
mentioned-
No,
like,
I'm kind of looking through to see
King
like
of the Hill,
what we
Futurama.
had. I was thinking those two. Those,
You know,
are
those are
definitely
big
more
ones.
adulty
well,
shows.
King of the Hill started with Beavis and Butthead.
True.
It's his thing, but
No, he was. Well, no, I guess it wasn't him.
yeah,
it was.
he
It was
moved
kind of
on
him.
To that, yeah, he was.
No, I meant the
God
character.
damn it, Bobby!
The character in Beavis and Butthead was kind of
Yeah.
like Hank Hill,
Yeah.
but he didn't look exactly like
Right,
him.
and then, like-
the one that was like, those two boys are whacking off in my tool shed.
God damn it, Bobby! And then
Yeah, same.
But then it's like Boomhauer looks like Beavis.
Right, exactly.
Kind of a little bit, yeah.
He's
I have
adult
to mention
Beavis.
the Flintstones before the ABAO pod Twitter blows up, and I can't believe you guys forgot.
Oh, the Flintstones was fun. I like all the old shows, man. That's what I was watching at my grandma's.
Naked woman, man, then that man go hand on how man and naked woman almost scream, man.
That was good.
That was pretty good.
I could be a cartoon voice actor. I think maybe that's going to be my
maybe
future.
that's your that's your future calling.
We'll hook you. We'll hook you up with a friend of the show, Ace Von Johnson, who does voiceover work.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, man, Rob, man.
What about Thundercats?
Thundercats was good.
I never got to really see
Transformer.
that. Yeah, that's a good one.
You know what I used
Beast
to love?
Wars. Little
That's
spin-off.
just ghetto Transformers.
Jabberjaw.
Jabberjaw. I love Jabberjaw. Or the I can't remember any of those back then. Damn it. 'Cause
Josie and the Pussycats.
So, yeah, we got all that because of that early Cartoon Network shit. So he probably missed out. Adam missed out on it.
Probably.
Because by the time Adam probably was getting into Cartoon Network, they had their own shows.
Yeah, Ed,
But
Ed,
for
and
a
Eddie.
while, they didn't.
Ed, Ed, and Eddie was one of my
Johnny
favorites.
Bravo.
One of my favorites too.
Yep.
I completely forgot.
Johnny
about
Bravo's
Ed, Ed,
right
Eddie.
there on my list.
Ed, Ed, and
they
Eddie,
did
though.
everything they could just to get a damn
Oh,
Jawbreaker.
Jawbreaker. And that was a great show. I still love that show.
Awesome show.
Dexter's
Double
Laboratory.
D. Dexter's Laboratory was good.
Which, by the way, is the
Fairly
exact...
Odd Parents
like,
was another one that I used to watch.
look at the cartoon characters in Dexter's Laboratory and then look at Big Bang Theory. They're identical.
Yeah, it's true.
Right down to Penny.
Yeah, that's true.
She was Dee Dee.
Pretty close. Yeah, that's true. Never thought of it that way.
You know, there's obviously nothing that's... Well, I mean, that's not true because, like, recently, you know, probably about 10 years ago, but do you guys remember when Comedy Central was doing Brickleberry
I don't.
with Daniel Tosh? Oh, that was a super funny show.
Do you guys remember who the host of Nickelodeon was when we were watching those cartoons?
No.
Stick Stickly?
No?
He was a popsicle stick.
Really?
And he had eyes. Google him real quick.
Stick.
Stick Stickly.
Let's see.
And everybody listening to this also Google Stick Stickly.
Be careful.
Spell it right.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yes, Nick in the Afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I remember him now.
Stickly. I do remember
Yeah.
now that I see him, but
Yeah.
Oh,
couldn't,
man.
couldn't have pulled that one out.
This
of
was fun. That we probably didn't even like scratch the surface.
All I want to
There's
say
a
is
lot.
Oh, there's so many
Adam
more.
never did an impression.
That's true.
Am I
I
the
did.
impression guy?
I did Ren, but you beat me to it, so it really doesn't
You know
count.
why?
He's just gonna edit it out
Because
anyway.
you're an idiot! That wasn't good. You idiot! You idiot! You idiot!
I'll stick with my Rocco.
Oh, yeah.
Mr. Big Head.
Oh, I'm nauseous. I'm nauseous.
All the listeners right now are turning us off.
Yeah, they were just like, yeah,
We got your top fives. This
We
is
had
ridiculous.
we had enough of this.
I'm just... Wow.
Wait for it.
That's actually just a car. That was actually just a car that was being towed.
It's like
Dragged.
Wait for it.
Pretty much.
Are
So it's
we
supposed to be a car crash?
No, you can't return this can.
You're better at impressions. You should just.
are we forgetting anything that's like real, you know, like...
I don't know. I think we pretty much nailed.
I think we did too,
What
but...
about Camp WWE, Robbie?
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
You guys remember Kablam?
I do remember Kablam. Adventure Time is one that got popular eventually.
Oh.
The Fairly Odd Parents.
No, you know what we have to say for
Yeah,
all the
Fairly Odd
young
Parents was
kids?
good.
For all the young kids? Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty, yeah.
It's nothing I've watched. But
Nothing
I know
that I'm
all
interested in,
all
but
these
yeah.
damn kids are like, oh my God, it's the
For all
funniest
you anime guys, Dragon Ball Z was always a popular one.
The
Very nice.
Powerpuff
Thanks for
Girls.
coming over,
Powerpuff Girls. I'm not invited anymore.
show. Get out of here, Naruto.
I'm just curious to see if we
Speed
missed
Racer.
any, but no, I think we I mean, obviously we missed some fucking cartoons, but I think
Rocky and Bullwinkle.
that was a big one.
Speed Racer.
Speed Racer. What was the fucking, what was it called? The Great Race or the,
Oh, like Dick Dastardly?
yeah, and Muttley.
Muttley. I can do it. Permission to do another.
Do it.
Hang on.
That's a pretty good Muttley. But another one that was before our time that we still got to watch.
Yes.
Just like
Smurfs.
the Smurfs, Yogi and Boo.
Hey, boo boo.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, Yogi.
Hey, boo boo. See, I can do this. I have a one-man show and it over.
You're a one-man show with cartoons.
That's why you're the host.
That's why this is my show. I'm not the host, but this is my show.
Oh, that's right. Sorry.
What was that
This
one?
guy hasn't been on in 3 months.
The Snorks.
The Snorks. Come along with the Snorks.
See?
They were underwater Smurfs.
Yes.
and they had blowholes.
I don't know if we ever mentioned this one in the last one, but another adulty one is Archer.
Oh, I love that.
Archer was good, yeah.
Okay. Archer
Lada.
Yeah.
Data. It's the same guy.
Is it?
Oh, John Benjamin.
Yeah.
John Benjamin doesn't do voices. He does voice. So anything he's in, he's Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
He's Sterling Archer. He's something in Family Guy. I think he's like the Quickie Mart cashier. He does everything.
I gotta say, it was difficult, even though we added a fifth one. It was difficult to pick 5. It really was.
It was. And
I had an easier
so many
time.
more we could have picked. Now,
There
obviously,
is.
You heard all of our honorable mentions.
John
we could have
Benjamin.
did a 13-round
Here's
draft
another
if we
one.
really wanted to.
John Benjamin was also in Home Movies back in the day. Do you remember Home Movies?
No.
It was a John Benjamin, Lauren Bouchard joint, and he was Coach McGurk and little Brendan, get in the goal, and then Brendan Small went out and did. After that, he made Metalocalypse, which was a fucking awesome cartoon.
Yeah, that was a good cartoon.
That was a great cartoon.
Well, I mean, there's the Adult Swim cartoons too. You know,
that was what these were.
Yeah, man. Well, I think we should wrap it up there because we mentioned a lot of fucking cartoons.
We could have had a whole nother episode. If we
I know.
wanted to.
Could have each picked 10.
I know.
Well, maybe not because we were snaking each other's right from the jump.
That's true.
I don't know. I think mine was
for
great.
everybody, really.
I don't think nobody would have snaked Tom and Jerry. I'm just saying.
Hey, country music superstar Eric Van Houten has a tattoo of Jerry.
He does on his calf.
Do you have a tattoo?
Jerry Mouse.
Not yet.
Are you a country music superstar?
I'm gonna get a tattoo of Tom chasing his Jerry.
There you go.
All right, guys, this was fun. This was a good episode. It really was. So, all right, well, listeners, we will catch you guys next week, and be sure to be following all of us. And why don't you guys plug your stuff?
I really only have Twitter. I'm just A Van Houten 89. Nothing special on there. I do a lot of NFT and crypto stuff.
We've noticed.
So if you guys want to follow me there, go ahead. If you guys are curious.
If you're suckers, follow him.
Feel free to.
And Chester Ogilvie.
You can find me on Twitter at Chaz ABAO, causing controversy with the marks and having them attack my cat personally.
They attacked Pickles.
Bro, that was too far.
They pickle attacked.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
They tried to turn her into relish.
They didn't tickle it either.
No.
It didn't happen, though. She's strong.
She's strong. They tried to turn her into relish.
So find me on Chaz ABAO, and Robbie's here too.
And just follow All Bets Are Off, ABAO Pod across the board on whatever you're on. So, follow the podcast and interact with us, and we'll do our best to interact back, especially Chaz, because he likes to get up on you.
Yeah, only if you like stupid shit, like NFTs.
All right, that's enough.
I don't even have anything to say to that. I always had a better beard than you.
Yeah, okay.
Oh,
just
man.
cut mine off. So I'm a man.
Oh, my God, no. All right, guys, we will catch you next
He's
week.
broken in half.
I wish I could say what we're going to have next week, but I don't know when I'm going to air this yet, so we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Peace.
Peace.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.